Does this work now? Biarcathan.
Hello, 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 hello. Are we alive? I can adjust my shit again now. Because it's not pissing down with rain. Which would be good. Quiet you. Game music, please. Please, God, work tonight. Let's not have the shenanigans we've had the last few times. Please, I'm begging you. How are you doing anyway, Sky? Good to see Nini back on the stream grind. I still haven't actually finished watching yesterday's one. At least now I've got something to watch tomorrow. Let's load this bad boy up. Oh yeah, it's party time in here now, isn't it? No, not this one. Where's my notebook? What do I need to do? You can find this person. This person. I guess we can't do that today. Can't do that today. Okay, we could go and do that. We could head towards the harbour. Should we see if Matey's got anything else to say? Okay, no, let's go and speak to... None of these people can be spoken to. I assume I can't get in there yet. Still want to try and find my jacket. Or get to my jacket. It says Grih, the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. Let's go up here. I don't know if I want to talk to the big guy or the Weasley guy. I did say talk to Lamesque, and he's got a silly hat on.
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over both themselves and us. Everybody loses. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess, scared maybe. But scared of what? Of who?
He looks at the mass, squinting his eyes as if trying to ascertain what they're scared of.
Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something.
Have you tried talking to them?
We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time.
I'm not a scab, I'm a cop. Hi, Wombi.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, "Let us cop for less money." Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
Hey, you're the man in the... Hey, you're the man in boots at the gates. Kuna said you know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the choice of words. Not mine.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Took it?
Did you?
Oh yeah, took it from the body, right?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere. And
Sounds like
in
Kuno.
his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used this to what? Scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
The probe into the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
Hold up. 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
Interesting. I'm ambitious. I'm going to find all of it. All the pieces.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied he finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
I agree.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
I'm a bit short of money right now. Can you give me some of it? What's the strike about anyway? Let's do that.
You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
Okay.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike too. Just can't break the command structure and tell you now.
We'll come back and talk to him in a minute. Let's go and talk to the big guy. I'm not sure how well this is going to go, though.
Bastards! We have a right to work!
The man yells towards the harbour gates. His voice is the loudest of the lot, and oddly screechy for a man his size. What's going on here?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
The broad-shouldered alpha male turns to you. He's a full head taller than everybody else here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Why should I?
We're here to fight for a cause. Stripes usually have problems with people who have causes.
Okay, then I'm thinking no.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here. Right to work! Right to work! Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
I don't think I've chosen any sides yet.
Might be time. Don't let the fat bastards tread on you. Cops tend to side with the higher-ups, but you're essentially still workers. I don't trust cops, but I can see you understand the right to work! Right to work!
Regardless, I have some questions for you.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here. Shame on you! We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
He points his fingers at the man sitting on the railing.
So do we, Scab.
Who are all these strikebreakers?
Honest men and women with rights to work, to be useful, not toys for corporate interests. We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were given a job to do!
What exactly is your goal here?
We were promised work. We'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates.
And you were unable to breach the entrance? I feel like that might kick something off if I'm not careful.
Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open, and try to get in through the secretary's office. Door's locked. The guards blocking the way to the access panel. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Wait, head measurer?
Huge Seminese guy standing up there on the overhead passage. Won't let anyone by. The access panel is right behind him.
Oh god, I don't want to say this because I don't want to egg him on. But it's my own choice. How bad could one guy be? You seem capable.
Bad. Standing on a narrow bridge, he's got a strategically advantageous position. And he's trained. I don't know how the Union has a trained killer up there. But that one's no joke, and my men are tired and hungry. They're workers, not fighters.
Why don't you just talk to them?
Like civilized folk, you mean? These native fucks don't understand civilized.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now, if you can't get in anyway.
Kim's right.
No. They will give up eventually. Or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then we charge.
I'm not going to tell him I'm going to speak to the Union boss. Oh, he might give us some information, actually.
Right to have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. Why you want to meet that fat asshole?
I'm interviewing people about a murder that took place here, behind the hostel cafeteria there.
I know nothing about a murder.
Absolutely nothing?
Wouldn't put it past these harbor bugs. They'd do anything to stay alive. Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
This really isn't my area of expertise.
We are not picking a side in this just yet, sir.
Pity. Let us work!
Alright. You go about your business. Oh, GG's one beat. That'll be good. What speed are you going for? Classic big guy
Hola, wandering
syndrome.
How can I help you?
I need to get past the gates and speak with your boss.
Oh. Good, good. What matters do you want to discuss with Everard?
You might have information about a killing that took place behind the hostel.
Everard's got a lot of knowledge about a lot of things, eh? Doesn't often dole it out, though. But sure, why not?
Does this mean you can let me through the gate?
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
Oh god, philosopher.
If it's so simple, why did the scab leader warn you of the guards blocking the way?
Yeah. That's simple. I just walk in,
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
past Measurehead.
Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini supremacist there. Walk right past him,
Right.
then press the button to unlock the door,
Aha.
then go past him again,
Okay.
and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying it's actually quite difficult?
Don't worry, I'm sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation, or you could convert to a Semini supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has any of the scabs tried converting to his worldview?
Jean-Luc himself would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition.
Has anyone here ever bested him in a physical confrontation?
Not yet, no. He's incredibly strong.
Got it. Another thing.
Sure.
I don't want to ask him for money. Good talking to you. Gotta run. Right, we're gonna have a look up here. We can get... I wonder if we can go through here, because I want to get to my jacket. In case of a strike, press button behind guard. A hermetically sealed door locked by electronic means. There's no lockpicking or door kicking this one. My jacket's there. I want to know how to get there. Maybe I can only get there through this guy. We could talk to him. Oh, hey. How do?
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
Well, I'm not gonna fucking size him up. Look at this. Look how big he is. My physical stats are like 0. Look. 2. Get the boots off the victim. Feet. Okay. What do you mean?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Does it mean booze? You're right, I'm an alcoholic. Now I need to enter the harbour.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
Okay.
Does this remind you of someone? The guy down there?
The fat racist over there. You're just him after pumping some iron. Do I piss him off?
Look at my craniology. I am the pinnacle of my haplogroup. The pink blob is a bad example, even of yours. It saddens me. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Kroikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor.
It's not going to be one. I don't want to pick one of these. Definitely don't want to try and push him. I'm going to end up getting knocked out. Tell him he's right. There's something about playing up to his ideology. Or we could just go, just tell him what we actually need. The situation is serious. Your people have probably killed a man. I need to talk to your boss.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war.
This guy's off his tits.
Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street, and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Wouldn't that mean I had to become a Semini supremacist myself?
Well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You could reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist.
Let's try and talk him first.
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Yes, okay. I'm gonna push his buttons. Yeah, but you still serve him. How does that factor into your life?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront international capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm gonna say go with the communist answer. I took that. Not perk. I don't know what the right word is. It said something about being a communist earlier.
Idiotic communism is the single greatest contributor to your race descent. Everywhere around you. The fruits of its failure to challenge the world order. Individualism, rock and roll music, sexually transmitted diseases. Above all, Rampant multinational finance still reigning large. Tell me, where have you gotten your love of pathetic communism from? Degenerate youth culture? Rock and roll music?
I've got it from disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race, but what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
I don't really know who the Seminoles are. I've recently experienced head trauma.
I can see that. The Seminoles are the South Island race, haplogroup A4A, the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol?
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulimbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale.
So you did come from the islands?
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
So you're not really Seminoles, you're just from Revachol?
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting into the harbor.
Let's speak to Kim.
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
It will be our lucky racist.
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic friend has quick wits. A protruding occiput and an indented zygomatic bone.
The lieutenant does not flinch.
You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind.
Fuck it, I might ask him about the mug and the tattoos as well. Let him keep going off for one.
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Put this into the trash lately?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Okay. 8% chance to knock him out. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? That's a white check. That's also a white check.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
Welcome to Revachol. You hear him yell at a redhead woman visiting the fritter nearby. He must think redheads are immigrants.
Get guy down the...
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree. His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be smaller.
Well, there's one thing about racists that never works is poking at their belief systems, but I'm going to do it anyway. Are you sure? I mean, that jaw is clearly an atavistic stigmata.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this.
Oh, there was another option. I want to poke him with the other one.
Racists are
We'll just skip this.
You must.
I.
The drawings are precise
your earlobes are too
and
big.
true to their pseudo-scientific and
The size of the earlobes is not a real craniometric criteria. Everyone knows this.
Your earlobes are flawless, Jean-Luc.
Yes.
I
Your
don't want to.
silence betrays your inferiority.
We're gonna have to risk
You
this
do
one.
not have a reply. You should enter it deep.
ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
Do you?
This is... I'm going to whisper to him. Whisper, this is for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then, to you, he lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education?
This is going to be horrible. Let's go through them all.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels on their hats.
Who exactly are the Maun?
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Mahun is a derogative term for First World people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Huhu, are much more lactose intolerant.
The wooden clogs, though?
In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
Okay, I got it. Who are Type A then, in your view?
The Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
And who are the Seminoles and Areopagites in this?
As proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminoles and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
Ugh. And the Seminoles are?
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Seminoles inhabit the southern islands. I am Seminoles, from the stock of Ulumbuir on Ile de Fantôme.
And the Areopagites?
The Areopagites are the master
Areopagites.
race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Seminoles are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Maran to Ansuland. Thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun written Occidentals discovered this place.
Alright, what's the difference between the Seminoles and the...
The Areopagites
Them
are
on.
sleek, long-headed. The Seminoles are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the
The
mystery.
latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Semino-Areopagite or Simeopagite super race. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Type B?
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Khoikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
Yeah, let's go with that. You said Khoikos. I've been trained to identify them as white in official descriptions.
Yes. To an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy.
This guy's a real piece of
muddy,
shit.
and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Al Rul and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato.
Good evening, Eddie. We're talking to a massive racist, by the way.
The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
They've captured the rambling pseudoscience that you get from a lot of racists, actually.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
You don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semino-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
And the Vacholiers you mentioned?
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the racial cauldron. Two makes to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that. He's going to say something about the Seminese being there before and blah 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 blah, isn't he?
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive Chespius.
Ah, the classic wake up sheeple. I've heard about this revolution. Mistakes were made, but it was the right stuff. You're wrong about it.
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zaraz-ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, a hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
Fully out of his mind.
Enough of type mediocrity.
Okay, let's talk about the vile CF race cauldron of pedestry, please.
Types CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Seminese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Seminese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
I mean, maybe I've misunderstood. Let's question him. I mean, he's not gonna. This guy is. People like this don't change their minds. So.
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education. Then there is the Semino-Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Semino-Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic science.
Yeah, go on in.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Seminese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Seminese strength and Grad servility. This will never happen. The Seminese and the Koiko may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Seminese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Koiko woman, or Koika. But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type CF. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great Race Enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
Will you let me into the harbour if I do?
We will see.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way without becoming a race theoretician.
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am, he concludes. I am worried.
We could try the jump. Am I allowed to come back and do this again? Or is like... Can I decline now and come back and accept later? I don't really want to do this. No, fuck it. I don't want to do this.
Lost, though. Buckled away at the last gate. This is why your haplogroup will never rise from the ashes. Now, I need to luxuriate in the private company of my babe. Leave me.
Let's discuss something else.
I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tipere Vasholian. Your love for disco music and venereal disease?
Should we risk punching him? It's 17%. No, we'll come
We
back.
still need to get into the harbor. There's an interview to conduct. There must be another way.
Yeah. Okay. I can't bring myself to do it.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that then.
But I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the street. We'll figure something out.
I don't think there's anything else I can do. I could try and get the dude's boots off. Ooh. People are starting to go away. I wonder if it's worth trying to sneak in at night.
Can I help you?
It's about the money I owe.
Yes. Have you got it?
I was wondering if we could come to some sort of arrangement for tonight.
Does that arrangement include you paying me what we already agreed you owe me?
Kimmy's about to say something and let him.
I understand your predicament as the manager. However, I feel I must remind you that we are here to conduct an important investigation that also affects your business.
Forgive me for saying this, but your colleague seems more committed to drinking, and... I mean no offense. It's really nothing personal. I just have to protect the interests of this establishment.
Oh, I still have my key, you know.
Good luck trying to use it.
He taps his foot against a metal box installed in the back of the counter.
All the locks have an electronic component. They have to be unlocked down here with a master key before your guest key will open the lock.
This conversation isn't going anywhere, is it?
Not until you bring me the money.
Okay, I might have something in my motor carriage we can use when you're done here.
I really didn't want to resort to this. The man is thinking.
Yeah.
Oh, Lieutenant, we're done here. Another thing. Great.
No, there's nothing else
Yes.
I want to talk to him about. Piss.
Yes?
Okay. I might take Kim and see if we can get these boots off as we're here. This, I should be able to open this now.
This orange machine is dead still. You slip your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold. If you want to try again, then you need to have...
Equip the pry bar by going to the Tools tab in your inventory. From there...
Yeah, but I tried this before. It didn't work. I'm just wondering if the ice should have melted off unless we've got to wait for tomorrow or something stupid.
This orange machine is dead still. It has a
Pry bar not strong enough.
ice cream churner. The ice squeaks beneath the pry bar. You think you've got the bar. You see the pry bar's metal handle bending. Right.
Yeah, well, that's a good pry bar. I'm not criticizing it. But this ice cream maker is frozen shut. It takes an advanced tool to get it open.
Advanced? Where do we get one?
I have no idea, officer. This ice cream maker isn't important enough to requisition a special tool.
Sooner or later, you will stumble upon a tool mighty enough. Then we will know what's in this mysterious ice cream maker.
It's something to do with the game. That's why I want to see it. The RPG that those guys were making.
Its eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Try to remove the dead man's boots.
I thought we decided to leave it to processing. Let's not turn this into some kind of circus.
Okay, so you can sneak out of your room maybe, after he's gone to sleep.
Okay. What's a giant bear-shaped fridge doing in an abandoned cellar in the first place?
Good question. It looks like an ice cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnival.
I know.
Yeah, we know all this already.
What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day. The electricity bill must be catastrophic. On the other hand, it did help us with a certain corpse situation.
Lucky us.
Okay. So I just need Matey to go away and come back out. Come on then, Kim. Let's get out of here. Go and see what's in your car.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio.
I have something here we could sell. Look in the back, in the suspect transport enclosure.
Okay.
Transport enclosure. Regular people just call it the cage.
Look in the suspect transport enclosure.
The cage at the back of the motor carriage looks rather uncomfortable. 4 shiny hubcaps are stacked against the seat. Their silver edges sparkle in the dark.
I confiscated these 4 a little while back. We can take them to the pawn shop down by the Martinez Canal.
What are those things?
There are spinner hubcaps, frivolous things you put on your wheels. When the wheels come to a stop, the caps keep on spinning. There's no real use for them, it's just for vanity.
What do you mean you confiscated them?
A couple of weeks ago, I stopped a young man for going slower than the speed of traffic. Turns out he was some coalition official's son and high.
So you took his spinners?
Mm-hmm. I took them and arrested him for driving under the influence.
Isn't that corruption?
I don't know. Is it? I was going to take them into evidence, but they weren't necessary for conviction. He never asked for them back.
Did you want to put the spinners on your machine?
No, that would be silly.
Yes, it would.
I don't know why I kept them. It doesn't matter. I couldn't put them on this MC anyway. A cop with spinners. That would be outrageous.
Yes, outrageously cool.
He flashes a smile, barely visible in the dark.
I'm sorry you have to sell them because of me.
As I said, they're useless anyway. I should have remembered I have these earlier.
But thank you.
Thanks, I appreciate your help.
The lieutenant nods as you take the spinners.
Okay. He said it was across the canal, so I'm guessing it's this way. Wait. We went this way, and I didn't think there was anything up here but a bike shop? What's this? What's this little shit?
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in my sleep?
Logic error. She is not sleeping now.
Pig's come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out.
Are you sleeping right now?
Don't get fucking clever with me, pig. You think you're so clever.
I'm gonna keep winding these bastards up.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
No trouble for me. Just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
You tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
I don't think it is.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
He scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well, every sound captured and reflected back. Looks like you got a good view of the whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinez standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
No.
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
No, not you. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Snow blankets the old patio chairs and dead houseplants, and all the neighbouring windows are black.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see something?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the dull and darkening sky, the neighboring windows stand silent.
All right, we'll talk later.
No. We won't.
He takes one last drag of his cigarette before stubbing it out on the snowy balcony with a dying hiss.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Well, we might as well try this. It's a low percent, but might as well.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains?
We passed it. Maybe we could beat up the guy. We probably could beat up the guy if I save scummed it, but I don't want to do that. Hey, listen. I'm just trying to make things okay again. Can we meet again somewhere else?
For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable. Something moves in the depths of his feline eyes. Compassion and a hint of understanding. There's snow gathering on his hair and on his shoulders. A speckle of white against the purple that hangs loose on his slender frame.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
His voice is soft and deliberate. With a flick of his wrist, he sends the cigarette butt sailing over the rail.
But, hold on, what's that? For a split second, his hand lingers, as though gesturing towards a stone placed right next to the front door. It's a sign.
No, it's a stone.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone.
We should run after him. See where he went. No, we shouldn't. I don't want to say that.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that stone right over there. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
Great, let's do that.
A stone, like any other, lying in a whirl of sleet and mud. Maybe there's something under it.
Turn it over.
There's a key beneath it, rusty from the dirt.
This must be for the front door. Pity he doesn't have the apartment number on it. This building has many apartments and the man can be in any of them.
Are we going to find the right one?
We'll just have to go in and see.
Okay. Can I go in there? No. It's getting very late. I need to find this pawn shop. I need to ask the man about this pawn
Yes?
shop.
What do you want to know?
No, I don't want that.
Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it. Believe a moment passes. The lieutenant
Shit. I need to find this pawn shop. We need to get this money. We need to have this debrief as well. I think it's been housed to a local pawn shop south of the plaza. Well, this is not south, is it? Oh, is it this building here? Yeah, I bet it is. Antique cash register. The bust of a woman. The dark, a film projector is whirring away. A few more eccentric fashions thrown in.
Wow, a very large red t-shirt with an impressive print stands out from the other garb.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, the print depicts a muscled man striding toward you, a giant sword in each hand, encircled by burning embers. Behind him is a cluster of cabins engulfed in flames. Beneath him are the words, Hjelmdal burning, The antlers on the hood of the man's cloak and his piercing blue eyes are familiar.
Sniff the t-shirt. Let's go with number 2. What's the deal with the man on this t-shirt?
It's the man from Hendal.
Walking away from his burning village. Yes.
I'm guessing I'm supposed to know who this man from Pyamdal is, but I lost my memory recently and need help remembering basic facts about reality.
Huh?
I said I lost my memory recently. I need help remembering basic facts about reality.
Oh, I see. That's tough, man. I feel the same way sometimes. The man from Pyamdal is the hero of a series of popular books based on a fictional version of Kotla. In fact, most people don't think that man from Pyamdal ever really existed, but they are wrong.
Hendal isn't a real place.
Neither is the man a real man, of course, but both the man and Pyamdal are an ontological necessity. But hey, it's not worth getting into an argument about.
Wow. What?
I'm going to sniff it.
Smells like worn cotton and a little old sweat there. Worn cotton with a side of flea market or trash bin.
Sniffing is okay, but please don't try anything on. Can't have you leaving your photon emissions in the fabric of things you're not going to buy.
How much are you selling this t-shirt for?
2 real.
That's dirt cheap.
Cool, I'll think about it.
You should.
+1 to physical instrument. Wear a t-shirt to make me go and beat up the dude. Well, I'm selling this man's shit just so that I can pay for a room, so it'd be frivolous to spend money now.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Let your gaze run over the streetlight.
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently. This would make quite a statement in your living room.
I don't have a living room. Right, fuck this. Let's do the thing that we need to do. We'll come back.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
It's shameful how insufficient the police presence is in these parts.
I haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travelers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Quite the collection. I may have something to add to it.
It keeps me entertained.
You're off to bed, Sky. I might risk this check. GG, Sky. Cheers for hanging. Did you go with this one? Electrochemistry. Is Roy high, and if yes, what is he on? Let's risk it.
Feeling warm and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's probably on Pyrrolidon. It's tough to come by on the street.
Pyrrolidon? What is that?
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent radiation sickness. It has psychedelic side effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
So where does man get paroled on these days?
How would I know?
No judgment, just curious. I probably did loads of Peridodon before I lost my memory.
I've had to take it. You know, since the People's Pile cleanup. I was with the Emergency Relief Brigade.
He's taken for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
The People's Pile, what's that?
A bad idea. Some poor leftist built a particle decay generator in hopes of bringing affordable electricity to underserved communities.
Oh
It
shit.
malfunctioned. Radioactive waste everywhere. Probably some of it in you too.
The People's Pile was a Type U particle decay generator that failed immediately after entering service, releasing radioactive waste into River Esperance.
What is it?
A primitive nuclear reactor, also called a pile.
Why is it called the People's Pile?
Construction began during the Commune of Revachol. The people continued work on it after the Commune fell. They wanted a cheap source of energy for Revachol West. Needless to say, things didn't work out.
Why did it fail?
An emergency valve defect resulted in steam pressure blowing the turbine, taking the fuel containment vessel up in the explosion. Both the faulty design and lack of finances contributed to the catastrophe.
Tell me more about the Relief Brigade.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized. Tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
On the patch, gamma radiation lines crossed with a red drop of blood.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance. Didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud. Years getting sick.
Must have been tough.
There's a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early deaths. Cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
Whose fault was it?
No one's. Everyone's.
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
How did you end up running a pawn shop?
The cleanup happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forberg as I can. Still in the same city, but...
Thank you for telling me.
I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
There's something I'd like to sell.
Yes, we'd like to sell these hubcaps.
Roy takes the hubcaps from the lieutenant and inspects them. The spinners appear iridescent in the dancing light of his pawn shop.
Yes, these are very, very good. Did you defraud some foreign prince for them? Jump-a-mesk banger? No matter. I'll give you 200 real.
Throw in the shirt.
No one was defrauded or jumped, I assure you.
The lieutenant explains as the pawnbroker opens the register and counts the cash.
Of course. I meant no offense. 200 real for you, officer. Delightful doing business with you. Do come again.
Thank you.
He takes the cash, then turns to you.
Here's the 130 real you need for your bill. Do not waste it.
The rest goes in his pocket.
The rest is for him, to compensate for the pain of being separated from his radiant spinners.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
I'd like to sell my clothes. I'll check my pockets. Access your porn menu.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
11 quid, 22p, 13 quid, 50 quid for that. I'm surprised the gun's only 11 quid. £13 for the ball. Alright, maybe another day. I've got the money I need to give the guy. Show him the photo.
Oh, no. I don't like those kinds of objects. No sale.
Do you know what the tattoos mean?
Aphotic paths, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism. It's darkness. That's all I know. Sell me something lighter.
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic paths are, but the tattoos on the man are not that.
I don't have anything to sell at the moment.
Another time, perhaps.
I might come back and talk to him later without Kim. Cheers, pal. Oh, the lady's gone.
Can I help you?
It's about the money.
Yes.
I
you
have
got
your
it?
money.
Well,
Oh, let's be kind. Sorry about the trouble.
great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. If you continue to stay here, I just ask that you please pay your nightly bill in advance starting tomorrow.
Oh, piss.
The electronic lock to your room has been disabled till 9 p.m. tomorrow. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
Oh, bloody hell.
I'll take a room here too.
Oh, nice.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
No. Okay, we got a point to spend, but I'll come back to that. So I might want to spend it in here. I might do this because I wanted to do this one, I think. Okay, go and talk to Kim on the balcony.
Yes?
I'm going to ask this one. You seem to be following me.
Excuse me?
Nothing, just an observation.
You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
What do you mean distinctive?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically.
How's that?
They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers.
You're kidding me, why containers?
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
Okay.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Alright. How do I do... I want to do the thing with the thing. End of day debrief. After 10 o'clock when you're calling it a day. We're on the balcony, mate.
This is the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
All right, let's go. Oh wait, we were just there. We're fine.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I
He's
also
having a
remember
smoke.
you wanting to discuss the RCM.
I didn't know you smoked.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
I think I might want to pick up smoking. Do you have any more cigarettes?
I apologize, but I only brought one with me. I have exactly one cigarette every night while going over my notes.
How did you get so cool, Kim?
You mean this? This isn't cool. It's an unnecessary trial of will, and unhealthy.
Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easy to simply quit. Yet, were he to quit, he would lose the cool factor. This man relishes his cool quite a bit below it all.
Right then, the debrief.
Yes, it's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on.
The music's gone a bit louder than the voice, which is a pain, because I can't do anything about it now.
Then you shot the body down, which was quite a shot.
Down straight, I'm a sharpshooting cop.
On this occasion, I must agree. At any rate, your shot enabled us to perform a field autopsy on the victim. We found some things we can really work with. I still feel like we missed something, but at least the corpse has been refrigerated, and we performed a thorough search of the premises of the crime scene. That's great. Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez, I mean.
Should be all confident with him again. That's my forte. Unlike most cops, I understand how important communication is in our line of work.
I'm glad we can agree on that, at least. We weren't able to find the union
Nope.
leader, Everard Clare, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We didn't talk to the
Nope.
weapons rep. We really must do that tomorrow. Above all, though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard precinct 41 practice?
Sorry, that's me. It's part of the Jam Rock Shuffle.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
I like you, Kim.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
So what are our powers exactly, the RCM?
They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Rebachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
1,000, why not more?
The RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Rebachol.
1,000? Why not more? Oh no, I said that one. Would it be easy? That would be an easy power to abuse.
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Okay, what else?
We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station call slip. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
I can be sure the arrestee will show up.
You can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see. And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
Wait, so if I kill someone while on duty?
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes. The last time was 4 years ago.
He has internalized it well. It's just that. A fact. A self-contained past event.
What happens to the people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Couron and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
And who makes all these rules?
The coalition government, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens.
Be sentimental if you like. Either way, the moral intern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Or if they think you do.
The moral intern, what's that?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them?
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
What is their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost self-explanatory. Something like the dark blue, serious color of the early night sky above.
Who is Dolores Day?
A historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you think of them?
The moral intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
I have an opinion on the moral intern.
Do you?
Things are bad out there. Point to the city. We need to... No, I don't think we'll go with that. Done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism. I mean, that's obviously the communist answer, right? Let's go with that one.
We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Yeah, vigilante sounds bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
Say nothing, just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here. An aerostatic passes overhead, the whiskers of its floodlights on the ground below. Kitsuraga's glasses light up as he looks to the sky. 2 glowing circles.
He likes them.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different inland, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
Why are they like this?
It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company. Not daring to come here more often. It's like I told you, this place is an orphan, fallen between the cracks.
And in Jamrock and the GRAH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
Looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here. At least do some good.
Me too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door. Okay. Sorry for what I'm about to do, Kim. See you in the morning.
Yes?
Bye. Bye. Look at me totally going into my room. Bye. I'm going to save this just in case this is really stupid. I guess if it is really stupid, fuck it. We're sticking with it. Isn't there another check as well?
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
Tell me something, dead man.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
Oh no, there's nothing else.
Come back later, Corporal.
Try to remove the dead man's boots
Amuse yourself
again.
with my frank manners and my memento mori features.
Okay.
If possible.
The body is reluctant to let go of the boots, as though it were its last bit of dignity. Whatever you're planning to do, you need to do it before you catch pneumonia in the cold draft coming from deep inside the fridge.
Left boot first.
It feels like the leg is going to come off along with the boot, but you're able to get the boot to move a centimeter or two.
On the right boot.
It's not completely useless. You're able to reveal a little more of the putrid polymer sock beneath the boot.
Adjust his position first.
He's too heavy to move by yourself. A great mass of dead muscles, with hoarfrost covering his milky eyes.
Try to twist the boots off one by one.
This is the right method. It takes some time, but eventually the boots come off, with nasty slices of polymer sock stuck to even bigger pieces of skin and rotting flesh.
Take stock of the damage.
Not good. Let's pin this on the bear. The ice bear tore up his legs with its claws. As for the boots, you can't possibly do anything with them until you've cleaned and disinfected them thoroughly. Yes, these absolutely need to be washed before. The stink is incredible. Didn't the Whirling have a kitchen?
I can't wash them in the fucking kitchen of the bar.
These boots were probably left on the corpse because they were impossible to pull off while it was hanging. They're not exactly pleasant to look at right now, much less smell. Hopefully soon you'll know more about them.
Isn't there a saying about walking in another man's shoes?
You've seen too much to be that naive. Even if you don't remember it, you'll never know what it was like to be him.
Will I ever be able to wear them?
The size seems about right. Once you get the foul-smelling flesh gunk out.
Oh god, okay, put them away. Okay, we've got a skill point to spend. Okay, let's get out of here. Gart's not going to want me washing shit in his kitchen, is he? There's no one else in here.
This industrial gas-powered stove has been used to prepare food for many hungry hostel guests. There are several pots and pans on hand.
Check out the cookware.
A commercial pot draws your attention. It's very large, gigantic even. It could be used to make enough stew to feed an entire city.
Oh, I can't do
also
this.
to boil a putrid pair of death boots.
Check out the cleaning supplies.
There is a variety of soaps and bleaches in the cabinet to the left of the stove. There is also a bottle of white vinegar in the cabinet.
Can I not
next
do it in my
to the
bath?
fridge. It's bad with those boots. Don't be stingy now.
I don't want to do it in the kitchen. I want to do it in my bath upstairs before he smells it. Fuck it.
The delicious smells of cheap soap and vinegar waft up from the pot.
Surely someone's going to spot me doing this. Do I need to turn the
All
fan
right
on?
now, chef. Light up the stove and boil them.
Fuck, we're doing this.
The strong smell of vinegar forces you to step away from the pot. The water slowly comes to a boil.
Wait.
Strips of polymer fabric and human tissue separate from the lining of the boots.
Oh.
They float to the bubbling surface.
Wait some more.
The boots look cleaner and cleaner. Those bits of human flesh are beginning to look cooked. You can smell it too.
Oh no.
Just like beef stew.
A little more.
That's it, chef. The boots are as clean as they're going to get. Steam, dense with the smell of strange meat, disappears into the vent above the stove.
Dump the sock and flesh stew and examine your new boots.
A pair of real beauties. The boots are shiny, hot, and reek of vinegar. Just perfect.
Master Chef out. Oh god. +2 to authority. Okay. Hello. How do, Jim? You just missed me pulling the boots off the dead body and then cooking them in a pot in the kitchen, which is nice for everybody. Must not get food at this place in the morning. Words fail to describe how rank it smells in here. They should have sent a poet.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
your chain cutters to fix the faucet. We could try that. Leave the mirror. Let's try that. I've got them somewhere, haven't I? Chain cutters.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom
28%. White check. We can try again. Try again tomorrow, maybe.
With the expression. The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Okay. We can try that again another time. There was a thing in here that showed me... Here. Ice bear fridge. Perception legendary. What's this one?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board, with the permeables drawer inside. It's barely held together by a clip, then made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Can I read the case files now? Come on, this is a 92%.
Yes,
Thank
you
God.
can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the next world mural.
How are you doing anyway, Jim? Wait, HDB 41, one of those offers a precinct. We know my first name's Harry.
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
An HDB?
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
It's none of those. We know it's Harry. Wow. I don't know what to say to that.
I got nothing here either. Logic really isn't the best faculty to have this conversation with. But it's the one you got. So sorry.
How long does it take to read a case?
It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised.
Oh, Jesus.
Where do you want to start?
Sorry to hear that, Jim. Hope it gets better. I don't know if you have any coping mechanisms, but hopefully you're employing them. House is done. Yep. I'm getting some work done in my office here, though. Get some cabinets built. We can tidy everything up. Workbench and stuff. Do we want to... Fuck it, let's do one at least.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Couronne. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class." People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the next world mural as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
We ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Read on.
The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it.
Wow.
Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible in the next world for new people. And it is too late for us.
All that remains is to wreak havoc on the middle class.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter. And agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next?
Right. We'll come back to those.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from...
Okay. Right, did we have a point to spend? We did. Did we start internalizing a thought into that other slot as well? We did. Okay, that's moving on. Okay. Bloody Christmas emotes. Do we want to spend a point, or do we want to just keep it for when we might need it later? Put it into something we actually want. Yeah, I think we should just maybe go to bed. Which I guess is this.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows it. You see some lights shimmering outside, but it's difficult to make out the outlines of the buildings below. You see some lights shimmering outside.
Okay, fine. You bastard.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
I'm gonna save. Not that I think. I'm kind of sticky with my decisions, right?
The bed is cold.
I just don't know how some of the mechanics work.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come.
Are we going to dream about the man, aren't we?
Obviously, you're in bed with your eyes closed, but it's not happening. Maybe it's the bed's fault. Its synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly. Smells of alcohol and sweat and grease.
Check the blanket.
It barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing.
Right over to the other side.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Yep. Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with... What was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
The dead man said I was going to see him in my dreams. Oh.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
What is this?
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I remembered nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
You said who?
Do you remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth?
I left.
Oh no, Funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left. Or you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I don't want to come back.
They were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. 3 times gone and never coming back. All of it. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Islas. On the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people. And you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
I've talked to you before.
No, Harry. You were just talking to yourself. That's all you ever do. Even in your dreams. And the act is wearing thin. The spots of the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time. Sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and acting like a clown. Who are you kidding?
Trying to solve this case.
You're trying to what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
God, there's another type?
Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork, barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
That was not a great sleep. What time is it? 7:30.
Good going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell was that?
Oh, just a dream. You have ones like that all the time. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What the hell is going on with me?
You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
Why is this happening?
It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline.
Oh, I can take this. I'm not going looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week? Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
I haven't got any money. How am I going to get speed without any money? Fine.
Fast recovery, man. Quick turnaround. Super detective back in action.
I think I know where some is. Kuno's little shack. Can I get out there before Kim wakes up? Oh. Oh shit, Kim's there. Kim, fuck off.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Fine.
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Are these the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
There's so many of them, maybe we should call in reinforcements.
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Okay, let's roll.
One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
Yes.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Well, let's see if it's fine with you when I go and steal some kids' drugs. For breakfast. There's someone up there. There wasn't someone up there before, I don't think. shit, I can't steal the kids' drugs. Oh, piss. Oh, if we're here, well, let's go and see if we can get to what that... What did we need to get to this? It also gets us into the dock if we can manage it.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
I'm going to lose health if I miss this. What's savoir-faire? What does that do for me? Acrobats, thieves are unbearable show-offs. It's tempting. We're not far off another point. Don't know how much difference it's going to make. 28%. Well, it's a white check, so we could have another go. Was that green?
As you leap in the
Oh, thank God.
a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Close your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you.
Ankles tingling from the tension, blood roaring in your ears. You are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below.
Continue the voyage through the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
Maybe I don't need the speed.
Hell yeah. My climbing might not have been as disco as your jump, but can we still get an ace's high?
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Nice. Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. I was hoping that my stuff would be in the pockets. A police cloak made from heavy tarpaulin. It would be nigh wind and waterproof if it weren't for the 3 bullet holes scattered on the surface. The signature white rectangle of the RCM covers the garment's back. I really was hoping there'd be shit in the pockets. Ooh. Okay, well, we're here now. Oh, why is Matey's book floating in front of him?
Yes?
There we go. I wanted to trigger a, just an animation from him. If I go this way, can I open this? Where the fuck am I? Where's this showing at me? What have I got? You need more speed in your bloodstream. Find some, put it in your hand, and off we go. Okay. Drawers seem to be locked.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
Ooh.
It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
Let's see what's inside,
Yep.
he thinks.
Open it.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders.
Browse through them, please.
Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold.
Anything interesting?
It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry.
Oh shit. Is this because I'm so hungover? White check, we can go for the roll. Please.
Look how blurry
Piss.
all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
Can I actually focus through not focusing?
You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting
Okay, leave the folders alone. I don't think we can do anything here. Why can I do that again? It's a white check, 58%. Let's have a go.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Look at the note.
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everart's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everart's plants, sweep office floor, more banners.
We're in the dude's office.
All items on the list have been crossed out and the note itself is crumpled.
Look, Kim, a to-do note with a list of errands for Everart.
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
No, but...
The special borscht seems a bit odd in the list.
Take another look at the note.
Remember, Leo, all items on the
Okay.
list, the drawer slides shut smoothly.
Someone left the coffee machine on. What's this? Book. Yoink. Dewey typewriter. Every worker equals member of the board. Demand democracy. Is there anything in the dude's shitter? Can we go in here? Yes, there is. Magnesium. Sunglasses. Neat office shades. +1 to visual calculus. Visual calculus has been really bloody useful. Oh man, check us out now. Jacket or... No, we go with the old waistcoat thing. Where's my thought going? Okay. Another postcard. What's this?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Are we gonna phone? Well, if we need a phone, we know where that is. Can I get out of here now? Guess you have no choice but to talk to the union leader. I guess we don't. Now we're here. What do we think that is? At least 3 packs worth of cigarette butts.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
Why is that a failure? I'm going to take a quick look inside.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table.
Yoink.
It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man is young, dark-skinned, and dressed in a Royal Carabinieri uniform. The girl is smiling playfully at the camera.
Why did you take that?
Something about this man piques my interest.
Fine. But let's move. I don't want to be seen snooping around here.
Okay. Alright, Kim. I'm assuming I can't get down here? No. White pine trees are printed onto the screen covering. Looks like a forest under snow. I did want to change. Bring the music volume down a notch or two. Sometimes it gets a bit much, I think. Okay. Ooh. How are we going to get over there? What's this? See anywhere else we can go. I mean, we could potentially pull whatever that is. We get down there? No. Interesting. There's a guy over there to talk to. Musk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. Smells like blood. Okay, wait, what happened here? Locked, I guess. Smells like burnt coffee. Who's this guy? Do we want to talk to him or not?
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along.
No shit.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi, from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisund on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard.
Hi.
Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister?
Well, he seems pleasant.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you?
No.
I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat.
He doesn't seem to be waiting for you to answer.
Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister.
Where's this question coming from? Why can't I look in my inventory? Are you the Leo who wrote the note to make more banners?
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht.
What was that about the borscht?
Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Is it striking?
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits. Makes you all warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags.
Who makes it at the whirling? Well, the chef, presumably.
Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it.
Obviously.
He was always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Okay. We gotta look into it.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir.
He didn't actually understand what you meant, and now he's just nodding along.
What's that container over there?
Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up.
I'm looking for the leader of the Dock Workers Union.
Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys.
Easy now, Leo. I just want to know where I can find this man.
Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course.
Points to the two joint containers on your right. Nice. Okay, I'm off.
Bye-bye now.
What's so special about the borscht? Okay. I guess we're going to go and talk to the man then. I don't want this. I did want to look in here. Okay. Let's go in here, I guess. A taxidermy fish that tells time. Okay, I guess we talk to this guy. There's a big chair.
Before you is a walrus of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you.
That portrait, though.
With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Let's go straight to business. There's been a murder.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by.
How do you know my name?
Please,
I don't.
have a seat.
He gestures to a tiny chair opposite to his giant desk.
I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Lieutenant nods at you, then the chair.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Let's sit down. Fuck it.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Remain serious.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has
Damaged
got to
health.
be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
He points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
He points at it again.
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Wait, you know, Gar, surely I can't take money from this man.
Yes, I know, Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him. A real piece of work, that boy is.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
I'm gonna have to leave it. Keep it, I'm good.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then.
He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair.
Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
I wonder if I should top that up.
When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm not worried. I got this.
Are you all right, Harry? You say you got this, but you seem a little anxious to me. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Mm-hmm.
It was loaded. There were 2 bullets in it. You always keep at least 2 barrels loaded.
Oh, piss. Oh, piss. I shouldn't have taken the chair. I was trying to be all like, I can take it like a man. Him?
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I've got to do. My only choice is to do this.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry. Aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Got to stay cool in front of this guy. Or have we?
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying
I'm glad
to
I took the
here?
extra morale thing.
You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
This guy's completely kicked my ass already.
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water. Let's just say that.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Shouldn't have sat in the chair.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
I want to talk about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you.
But
I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me.
say nothing.
But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
God. I'm gonna go with number 2. You've heard wrong, Everett. We're not.
Oh, you're being too modest, my friend. But don't worry. This annoying thing I have is completely legal. I just need you to open a door.
Mm-hmm.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Whose door is it?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
Why don't you just open it yourself?
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. You look like you could run around all day.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry?
What do you mean by a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly.
He removes his glasses and rubs his nose.
Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you.
But you don't know anything about the hanging.
Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
I can't accept this.
Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. Even worse, we won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
I can't get out of here without talking to this dude, can I? Let's...
Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Oh, shit. Great, wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man. Take care, Harry.
Okay, so that's good. Because I'm wondering if there's anything in this, the borscht thing, because there was an option there about I'm looking into your brew. I don't think this dude's going to be like, anything's going to phase this guy though.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marsh on. Arrête off.
We'll switch it on.
With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air. With a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled.
What do you mean?
Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the ruckus. Except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
We open it? Is there anything in here?
Before you stands a cargo container, just one of many in the yard.
I think there's something special about this container. There isn't.
You do? Because I don't.
Wait, why not?
There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one?
Maybe there's contraband in there.
There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
Knock on the door.
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. Doesn't sound like there's anything inside the container.
Nothing to do. Maybe there is. We need to sort this. Oh. We get out this door now. Nice. Okay, so we can come and go through here. And we didn't have to become a racist to do it. Right, dickhead. What's this?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine.
Look in the window.
The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia. Fumes of heavy fuel oil waft over you, making your eyes sting. The odor mixes with cigarette residue.
What kind of stickers?
The driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity.
There's the P word.
To various panels. A large metal pendant hangs from the rear view mirror. The pendant features a sun crown with wavy rays. It is the seal of Royalist era Revachol.
What about the back seat?
The back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eelmdal in the Lost City of the Pygmies.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
Do you think this lorry belongs to our tough guy?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Okay. I wonder if there's anything more I can do with that information. Can I actually get out this way?
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods. A silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Lip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane. As you look up, you notice something about the statue. There are some odd indentations on the king's chest piece. Something with great kinetic energy seems to have impacted the cuirass, around where the heart is. A bullet? Someone shot him in the heart. Interesting.
Lieutenant, has someone shot the king?
Okay, I can't see it, but I take your word for it.
What do you think?
Well, Martinez is riddled with bullet holes. This place saw a lot of action during the revolution. But the statue is recently renovated, so maybe a joke? Target practice or a political statement?
King and he's shot in the heart.
Why not? What this shows us is guns aren't too uncommon here, and people still shoot them, sometimes at kings.
The king stands high above you, surveying the bay, mute and indifferent to your sightings.
Go for this.
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy. Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did it blow through the entire National Treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He called it the Sol Aurum. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
There's no way that's true.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
Oh wait, what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
Did he leave any behind?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
Where's he buried now?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Who restored it?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That's brilliant.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Those critics might have it wrong, though. There's more to it than just ironism, but you can't say what precisely. Perhaps this art mystery will be solved at a later time. Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Okay, how do we get out of here? Okay, we can just go across here, can we? I want to see if I can get some more shit before I talk to the dude. Everard.
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
What's in the borscht you're making?
The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his and then seems to wait for you to speak. I'm pretty sure he asked you a question.
Oh shit.
He doesn't know your language. You can just say something cool in return.
Mercury rising.
Borscht need more vodka?
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in good spirits. Clever move by the Union.
Of course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turn it up and then ask for some yourself. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place is a powder keg.
Turning up seems like a dangerous idea. It's risky. Dangerous doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work out badly for us. Vodka that keeps men happy and in good spirits. We turn it down. We might be more willing to talk if they think things are going badly.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Leo said you're friends with Mañana. Is that true?
The mention of Mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar words and lively gestures. Then he falls silent again.
Okay. Right, we have got a point. We will save that until we know what we want to spend it on. It's so special. Okay. We need... Where's the thing about the... Where's the... Oh, there. Okay, it's counted the interview as completed. He's moved. Should we talk to her? I need to find 20 quid as well.
Just a moment.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
I know where one is.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, Mum. Everything alright? Let's be nice. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop on your conversation. No, let's go. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Yeah, I bet he was.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Yeah. Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh, shit.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
A little missing persons puzzle might just be the thing to take your mind off the hangover.
Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully. But you have more important things to worry about.
He glances out the window toward the bay.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
Can I just not... I just wanted to offer to make the phone call for her.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
You mentioned traps. Could there be some problem with them?
I doubt it, sweetie. The traps aren't big enough for humans to get caught in them. They're for the insect. Anyway.
Yes, please. Some science fiction is exactly what's needed right now. Spice up that vanilla murder investigation.
I'll help you find your husband.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but...
Just a little side thing. We'll do it down the line.
If you say so.
Thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie.
Oh, he's done
Morel,
that.
But they should have returned by now.
Who's this Gary person? Do you
They would
trust
just
him?
Oh, sweetie. It's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
They're in a rough neighborhood.
There's a nameless old fishing village nearby, but we've never had any trouble there before. There is a lot of crime around here, isn't there?
I can't say it's the best part of town, but I wouldn't worry too much about a pair of grown men traveling together.
Some fringe science is exactly what's needed right now. Spice up that vanilla murder investigation.
Don't worry, you've asked me to look into it, and I will.
Thank you, sweetie. I'm awfully sorry to impose on you like this. Maybe there's something I can help you with in the meanwhile.
Tell me about morale.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
You can't go around Revachol feeling grown men's hands. If you want to find
Jolly well can if I want to.
You'll need more concrete information.
If I have to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame. And he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
Okay, it's all the information I need.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me about the insect?
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
No, you probably shouldn't.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
You're right, I don't have time for insect facts right now. Let's talk about something else.
Of course, dear.
That's all for now, Mom.
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight, can I say...
Got
you
the
waited?
20 real?
No, not yet.
Then why are you wasting my time and yours?
You're just fucking about with a bird, mate. Chill out.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
The phone line is dead.
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
Is it true that there was foul play?
Who told you that?
It doesn't matter. I just want to know who you suspect.
Fine, yeah. It looked like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related.
I feel like you could have mentioned this.
Arseholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
And you didn't think to tell me this beforehand? Right. Okay, that's the guy we need to talk to. I'll have this change.
Over here.
Okay.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective skin color. I'm still black, as you can see. Do you have any more?
I had no choice but to say that.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
Yeah.
She's right. You're basically an epidermochromatic police officer.
I was reacting to stimuli.
Sure. Reacting to stimuli. I am not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy?
Am I?
You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Well, I want to talk to you, not Titus.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
What's your role in all this?
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The privatization is not unlawful, it's just cool and funny. Let's do that. Let's ask her those questions.
Let's.
Yeah, I'm not going to get anywhere with her.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Don't say anything yet.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
I'm not doing that. Raise your chin and gaze into the distance like a prince. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Yeah, do it.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
I remember there was one big fat guy, which is that guy, and there was one really light one, which would be the woman.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain.
Okay, hold on a minute. How far away is this? 69%. That doesn't appear to be moving very fast. Because that's losing me 1 authority at the moment. Which may not be helping with this. Okay.
In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician.
And the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
Okay.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He, alone, is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
Bat Angus, his name is.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
One of them is missing.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
Interesting.
She? So there's an 8th Hardy and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
It has to be good, if he won't let you pursue it. Looks like the lieutenant thinks so too.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And
he points at the lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
This is tense.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
I'm going to take off now. I'm not going to hit him straight with that question. It's not like they're going to say yes, is it? You going to talk to me again?
I've got nothing to say to you.
You the Hardy
Why
girl.
are you wasting your time? I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Calm down, Glenn.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
It's far better than being a model.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Don't say something stupid like that. No, 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 no. I almost feel like we should just move on from this. I don't feel like that she's the kind of woman who's going to be impressed by a compliment like that. That almost sounds patronizing. I might say that one though anyway. Fuck it. Get a grip, Glenn. She went to law school.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
Hey, you're not.
No, Glenn. They aren't.
Oh, nice. Her tone is cold and uninvolved.
This didn't change her opinion.
No, I didn't think it would.
It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Okay. Right, we did this so we could go back and talk to them. Everett. But I don't think... I thought it would be something more sinister than just there being booze in it. Where do we go there? What's this? We didn't see this before.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Aha.
East Delta Commerce Center? This must be the name of the doomed
We know this already.
area.
East Delta Pinball.
Silence. No one answers your call. Looks like someone has melted half the plastic off with a lighter. The doorbell.
We know
doesn't
Slipstream's dead.
hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if someone has picked up the receiver but isn't saying anything. You can almost hear them breathe.
Hello?
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric.
Weird.
Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
Yes, I've come to place an order.
My God.
What?
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
Sorry?
It's you. My God. I didn't think I would hear your voice.
What is happening?
Who cares that you don't remember her? Just go along with it.
Yeah, let's go on with it. Yeah, it's me. Here I am, crawling back into your life.
Michelle.
No.
Please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care.
I really don't know what's happening. Of course I care, it's just that I've been going through some tough time. I think we're going to have to keep up with the ruse here.
Ever since I came to work here, it's been different. As if my mind's been wiped clean.
Interesting.
A spot of static overrides her words. When she speaks again, it sounds like she's submerged.
It's so nice. It's so nice to be able to finally forget.
Forget about what?
She sounds like she's about to cry.
Hello?
She doesn't answer.
What's so nice about forgetting?
Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay.
I get it, you don't want to talk to me. No one ever wants to talk to me.
Another seagull passes by. It's getting cold standing here, staring at the silent call box.
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell. It looks ancient.
Fuck.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read.
Oh, wait, what? I can call it back.
Silence. No one's home at Fortress Accident.
I'll call the empty card. I bet it's the pinball lady.
This button looks new, but someone has removed the name card. Nothing happens when you try to ring it.
This button looks new. I wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't been connected yet. Is it the dice makers?
Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to this. We were going into here. I need to work out how to get up there. What time is it? midnight. Probably time to think about stopping. How you doing, fuckwad? Can I try my thing on him again?
Fuck does Kuno care?
Locked. Put more skill points into empathy. You trying to get this kid again? I'll max out empathy if I do this. I can't even remember what I was going to get out of this. Figure out what's going on with this kid. I reckon he could be... Fuck it, let's do it. 42%, that's pretty shit. Oh well. Hey Kuno, got any speed?
Fucking right, pig. Kuno's filling bathtubs with that shit. Kuno's a kingpin.
You're yanking my chain, aren't you, kid?
Don't be yanking your shit in front of the Kuno. Kuno's always serious, always rolling. Big kilo, but you ain't getting any. Get the fuck off.
Belying the act, he's actually telling the truth. Or at least 0.00001% of it. He has a little speed. He's just not giving it to you.
I talked to Manana about the armor.
So?
You said to thank you. Wasn't keen on chasing down the armor anyway.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
You look slightly confused.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello!
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
I remember this, Kuno.
You got fucked. You got fucked, pig. Fucked bad. Of course you're gonna remember this. Now get the fuck out of here, Grief and the Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
It's not Kuno.
Yes!
It's Kuno S.
Interesting. How?
Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, but the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him.
Yep.
Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone.
Try and separate them.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
You have to be careful here.
Fuck you whispering about!
She puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
So it's not number one. I think it's probably I'd probably go with number 3. He's fucked up.
She's not fucked up. Everyone's fucked up. Stop judging shit.
Wrong move. But he's whispering still. You haven't lost him. Just don't mess up again. Or you will. There are no guarantees here.
Maybe it is number 1. Fuck, 1.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other.
Fuck.
You're not gonna let him do that.
That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say. You should understand. I got you this far. I couldn't get you all the way.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try to fuck my Kuno away! Me and Kuno are tight. We ride for life.
We can do another one.
What's going on?
Fuck! Failure on that one.
Youth on your crime scene. Like you don't have enough on your plate. You feel a sudden surge of self-pity coming on.
Fuck it.
Trying
Number
to
one.
fuck at the Kuno. Trying to fuck at me. Trying to fuck. Kuno only gets higher. It's faster, faster, faster. Can't take the Kuno. Stay out of the reactor.
Kuno gonna fuck you up! Up, up, up!
Normal is not what we got here. You've got to work with what you have for now.
Kuno doesn't...
That's piss. What the fuck is that? I was thinking about going back here anyway. Let's go back to that apartment. What time is it? How did we get there? Where's that? There's a dude down here before. Bag! I get some money.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you.
I saw some bottles at some point.
The dented yellow mailbox.
Pick the thing up. Right, let's go. Kim. Seriously. The other way. Here it was. Oh, there's some more plastic shit there. I'll take that out of my hands now. Hey, what's back here? Only get some magnesium.
Trying to sneak up on me again!
Balcony. Flip up glasses, the auditor. We'll look at those in a minute. +1 to logic, -1 to authority. What are the ones we got at the moment? +1 to visual calculus. Okay. Breaker boxes full of cigarette butts and electrical wires. The curtain shift just a little. Someone is watching from within. Rosemary, thyme and a cactus. Number 28. A door to be remembered. Door 29. Why is 28 to be remembered? Lives here isn't home. Buoyant dance track. Okay, so that's... Oh, I see where we are. Okay, because that was the dude's office, right? I can't jump over here. So that's back in the... That's the night watchman's office thing. Okay. What's this? Still not close to 20 quid. Three different sizes. Apartment 12, a loud rumbling snore comes from within. What's this way? Bathroom? Oh. Moss crawls on the bathroom tiles. Actual moss. Yeah, the curtains are covered in some sort of slime.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says number 11.
Examine the padlock.
It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
We have no reason to break into that person's house yet. Door number 9 is locked. Their mailbox is overflowing. Firing squad for the rich.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Should I call a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
I'm looking for a young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
He looks at the other end of the hallway.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. Just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk?
What was so funny about that?
Yeah.
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
Have you questions about these apartments?
Ask away, policeman.
Who lives behind the padlock door?
Oh, that one is a scientist. A future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Education's good. I always tell them to study.
Astrology?
Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
Don't you mean astronomy?
That's what I said. Astrology.
The lieutenant shakes his head, as though to say, let it go. Come on, people. Try to keep up any standards here. It's not about stars. It's... forget it.
That's
She
all,
mumbles
thanks.
some kind of a response.
Thanks, I'm off. What's this? Foreclosed by Martinez Realty Associates. Hello. I'll see below, okay. Look. Someone's torn down the wall. An old grocery list on the table and checks.
What happened here?
Can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here.
There's always a little something in the fridge.
Indeed.
Okay, let's take one of these. Oh, it's a different bit of balcony. Who are you?
The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
The temptation is to say, I am the law, like Judge Dredd. Don't use that tone with me. I am the law.
Sod off, pig man. Art is above the law.
Despite the sass, she puts the brush aside.
A brush? An artist? The red splatter is urban expressionism. That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Is that heavy fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
With some clever social commentary.
You ain't seen nothing yet, piggy boo.
What are you looking at?
The lieutenant furrows his brow at another one of your eccentricisms.
She nods disdainfully towards the woman performing maintenance on the boat dock next to the pier.
Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
Who is she?
Probably the Wild Pines rep.
Oh,
We should
shit.
talk to her. She's a professional negotiator, though. I have the feeling she will be very cooperative while telling us nothing. You should take the lead. Ask her unexpected questions, you know? Do your thing. Don't be afraid to get a bit wacky. Throwing her off is our best bet.
Good idea, piggies. Run along now. Fuck her shit up good. Impound that boat while you're at it. I'd like to watch her swim back to Ozon.
Do you know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
You give us their names and electricities.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
You don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mono is here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
She wants it to be something true and total.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
Don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
I thought that option, that was going to give me the option to suggest something to her to write.
She means the opposite.
Yeah.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Yeah, that's what I meant to do. So you want to talk about the murder? Can you tell me something about the murdered victim's missing armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Come on, Cindy, just help me out here.
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
Got it.
Piggy, I have no idea why I just told you that. You look like a shaggy dog left in the rain for too long. I have a weakness for animals.
Thanks. Catch you later, Cindy.
Watch your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Okay. Right, I need to call it. I was going to go and check out whether there's in this box, because I like stealing shit. Still not anywhere near 20 quid. Where do you think this door goes? Back in? What is this shit? All on labourer jeans. Nice. Okay, we'll save in here. I will, however, try on -1 to savoir-faire. What were these giving me? -1 to reaction speed. Jeans and the insane mesh tank top. That's a look. No, I think we have to stick with the shirt. Okay, how's my thought going on? 85%. Still haven't found the fucking map yet. Okay.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm, and collected. As your hand enters the pocket, your fingers brush against something soft, yet crinkly.
Take the item out.
Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper.
Ooh.
It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. You should inspect it closer if you have time. Something about the wrapper's texture is familiar. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty, and processed in sur-le-clay into the apricot-flavored chewing gum loved by kids of today and yesterday. Something about it is familiar, and not only to your fingers.
Okay.
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of some distant summer. The surface of another planet, or some ancient temple.
Take a deep, deep breath.
Bitter, citrus, sweet. It seems to grow stronger, like a glow, with every breath you take. Whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this artificial flavor have bonded tightly to the wrapper. Or is that just your memory filling the gaps? Until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes, made of toffee, cream, and distance. You just had to take a dive.
Ancient temple?
Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long, long time ago. Millennia ago. On an island of time you can never return to.
End of summer?
The sun sets into the sea, but the water does not boil. Instead, it turns to liquid gold. For a moment, the world's store of precious metals seems to increase dramatically, and you are rich. There is a movement next to you, the shuffle of a small coat, warm like the evening. But when you turn toward it, there's nothing there.
Where did it go?
Why are you talking to a gum wrapper?
All right. You got me there. Put the wrapper away. Okay. Was one? Oh yeah, we got a new thought. Apricot chewing gum scented one. -1 reaction speed while we do it. We haven't got. We need to unlock or forget one of these, which costs a point as well. Right, let's save and get out of here. Right, I don't feel like we got very far or made much progress. We got the boots. I guess we've got access to the harbour area now and didn't have to fight the racist dude. Or become a racist. I guess both positive outcomes. Right, well, yeah, that's me for today. Thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out. Back on Thursday. It's Tuesday today, yes. Well, it's Wednesday now. Back on Thursday. Enjoy your midweeks. Hopefully catch you next time. Good night.